I want us to, look into Ghana and Burkina Faso. The relationship between Ghana and Burkina Faso is a shaky one. Not just Ghana. After the Sahel's agitation to kick out Western hold in that region, in the Sahel region, they made enemies of some African countries, especially West African countries, who feel that what they are doing is not the right way for them to go about the whole thing. Okay, now some people believe that these Western countries who are against the Sahel, especially Burkina Faso, those that their leaders are puppets to the colonial masters, okay, puppet to Europe and America, because it's like they were taking orders from Europe and America to see that they frustrate Burkina Faso and of course pull them out of ECOWAS, of course, make things hard for them so that they will have no other option but to bow to the pressure. But we've seen over the years, over the 2 years, that all what they have done have proved not to be effective, because these Sahelian leaders are out there. they are serious. They're serious. They know what they want. They know what the citizens want. They're just there to liberate their nations. And that's exactly what these men are doing. So, Ghana and Burkina Faso has a shaky relationship. Okay, so Akufo-Addo is not happy with the Traore for how Traore is going about the whole thing. And when you look at these leaders that are really against this Sahel leaders, you discover that these are leaders that the Sahelians should look up to as a role model. These are leaders that, of course, they are leaders of bigger nations. When I say bigger nations, I mean nations that are economically, socially, and otherwise more than the countries in the Sahel. So I want us to listen to Kwesi Pratt analyze the whole relationship between Ghana and Burkina Faso. Why Ghana is really against Burkina Faso. We've seen in some short video clip, I think I brought it here, we analyzed it, how Akufo-Addo was sitting down with the enemy and he was seriously pouring his heart, telling them how he's not happy with what is happening in Burkina Faso.
So, Mr. Secretary, thank you very much. Today, Russian mercenaries are on our northern border. Burkina Faso has now entered into an arrangement to go along with Mali in employing the Wagner forces there. Prime Minister of Burkina Faso in the last 10 days has been in Moscow. And to have them operating on our northern border is particularly distressing for us in Ghana. We really like to have a privileged opportunity to talk about its implications, to what extent we can have you as a partner in confronting these threats. And therefore it's important that we bring that matter to your notice and see to what extent we can engage you as a reliable partner in the pushback.
So let's listen to Kwesi Pratt and we'll take it off from there.
The government of Burkina Faso is currently under attack by all kinds of forces, including the government of Ghana. Not because it is putting the lives of its people in danger, but simply because it's standing up against new colonial domination. And that must be as clear as possible. I mean, this report issued by Human Rights Watch does not make any sense at all. Now, before the current government assumed office, these Islamic insurgents, or so-called Islamic insurgents, had captured close to 60% of the land territory of Burkina Faso. They were killing civilians. They were attacking villages, burning villages, killing government troops and so on. So what the Burkinabe government is doing now is to launch a counter-offensive in order to reclaim Burkinabe land, in order to establish the people's sovereignty over their own territory. And indeed, since this government came into power, more than 60% of the land territory of Burkina Faso has fallen into government hands. That is something which is commendable and not something to be condemned. Now, it is significant that a country like Ukraine, publicly and brazenly has claimed to be supporting Islamic insurgents in the Sahel. Because it claims that Russia is supporting the legitimate governments in these places to fight against the insurgents. We should be focusing our attention on condemning Ukraine for its blatant interference. We should be focusing attention on condemning Ukraine for turning the Sahel and parts of West Africa into a killing zone in furtherance of its own ambitions and interests. You understand? Why does Ukraine think that there's any right to kill soldiers in West Africa or in the Sahel? Ukraine, of all countries. Yes, that's what we should be focusing attention on. I am in full support, 100% support of the government in Burkina Faso, because it is doing what all African countries should have done and should be doing. You understand? And these reports would not sway us. It would not sway the Pan-Africanists on the continent. It would not sway the anti-imperialist forces on the continent, from supporting the pursuit of the legitimate aspirations of the people of Burkina Faso. Human rights sometimes does some very good work and so on. But on this question, I think they've lost it completely. Human Rights Watch should be condemning the government of Ghana for seeking the assistance of the United States of America to intervene in Burkina Faso. That is what we should be condemning. Human Rights Watch, if it's serious, should be condemning the U.S. for supplying all the weapons that is being used in the genocidal attacks in Syria, in Iraq, in Lebanon, in Gaza, and so on. That's what we should be concerned about. Human rights should be concerned about, the situation in which French troops are massing up in La Côte d'Ivoire, and the United States and other Western countries, NATO countries, are seeking to establish drone bases in La Côte d'Ivoire, in Benin and Ghana, for a senseless war against the popular forces in the region. That is what we should be attacking.
That was Kwesi Pratt there. I always love his analysis on things happening in Africa because, of course, he always say the truth and how it is. He doesn't fear whoever it is, it might suit or not. So now I keep telling you here that believe mainstream media at your own, at your own peril. Believe mainstream media at your own peril, because they will never tell you the truth. They are also instruments used by the same people who do not want the success of Africa to come tell you stories about the regions of Africa that are not true. They will twist the story to suit their narrative so they can control you so well. And that is why we are trying our best to see that we give you information here as it is, not as. Not as the mainstream media say it is, but as it is the truth of what is happening in the motherland, Your Majesties. So Ukraine came out openly to tell the world that they sponsor terrorists in Burkina Faso. You see, they are exposing themselves already. I told you Europe and America is behind the downfall of the motherland. Some of you think that Abigail don't know what she's saying. America is supporting Ukraine. Europe and America supports Ukraine, and Ukraine is training terrorists in the Sahel to destabilize the Sahel. This is what we have been telling you all for a very long time now, that everything going wrong in the Sahel is all thanks to Europe and America. They have said it with their mouth. And what is the crime of these Sahel leaders? Because they want the environment to be stable. That is the crime. And the joy I have is that more than 60%, like you heard him said, more than 60% of the land in Burkina Faso have been recovered by the Burkinabe government under the leadership of Ibrahim Traore. You know, when I talk about Ibrahim and I'm always all happy, this is the reason why. This is the reason why. That we have people who have this kind of mind to put in their life, put their life on the line to liberate their region. What am I doing? What are you doing? Your Majesties, this is it. Traore is against neo-colonial domination, and that is why he's trying everything possible, trying to get information from superior government. How do you think I can fight these people out? How do you think, what are the strategies that I can use to kick out these terrorists from my region so that the region will have peace and my people would finally live in their home as they should? This is what Traore is after. And 60% of what was taken away by this terrorist group have been recovered by his government. And it's something to applaud, Your Majesties. No wonder the 14 attacks on his life. One man, 14 attacks. 14 is not just an attack. The attack is on his life. They want to take him out. 14 times they want to kill this man. If this man wasn't doing anything at all, if this man was not stepping on their neck, if this man was not cutting them from their roots, do you think they would want to do everything to cut him off from the face of the earth, from the land of the living? Sometimes these are the things we need to sit and analyze and ask questions. And then we have people like Akufo-Addo who should be like a father who give advice. In short, it shows that the African leaders have failed. African leaders that are experienced, that should teach these younger ones coming up, have failed woefully. For Burkina Faso to cross borders to other regions to go and ask for advice, for strategy on how to kick out terrorists. Burkina Faso, Traore did not go to Akufo-Addo to go and ask. Traore did not go to Jagaban to go and ask. Traore did not go to, what's his name, in South Africa to go and ask. Traore went to Russia. It is because you all have failed. There's nothing, he didn't see anything in you. He didn't see anything emulatable in you, and that's why he was not attracted to you to come and ask for advice from you, because you all are puppet to the same people he's kicking out, so there's no way you can give him advice. This is the reason why Akufo-Addo is not happy with Ibrahim Traore, and that's why he could go out into a public setting and he was put on the mainstream media. You saw him, how he was talking down on Ibrahim Traore, saying that what is happening in Burkina Faso is not the right thing. Something that is not the right thing has gotten back 60% of the land that was taken away by terrorists. What are we saying, Your Majesties? That if we do not inconvenience ourselves in any way for the motherland, nothing will change. Before kingdom change, man must change. If man do not change the way that they look at life, the way that they do things, nothing is going to change in the melanated community until the Africans change the way they think. It is because Ibrahim Traore have a contrary ideology and way of thinking that he was able to do what he did in Burkina Faso. It is because what's his name? Goita had a contrary ideology of how the world look at the regions of the Sahel region. That is why they are doing what they are doing today. We have to think outside the box for us to get it right as a continent, as a melanated community worldwide. I'm going to leave you today here. I'll see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive, always, Your Majesties. Bye for now.